Hi class, my name is Matthew Becker, and my speech is going to be about poetry. Poetry is literary work in which special intensity is given to the expression of feelings and ideas by the use of distinctive style and rhythm, poems collectively or as a genre of literature. My general purpose: I am here to inform you about the different genres of poetry, how it is the expression of feelings and ideas, and the importance of poetry itself. My specific purpose: here are the defined things in poetry and why I chose them. And here are some of the definitions. Allegory: a story, a poem, or picture that can be interpreted to equal or hidden meanings. Ballad: a poem or song narrating a story in short stanzas. Blank verse: a verse with a rhyme, especially that which uses iambic parameter. Burlesque: an absurd or comically exaggerated imitation of something. Epic: a long poem, typically one derived from ancient oral tradition. Free verse: poetry that does not rhyme or have regular meter. Haiku: a Japanese poem of 17 syllables in the lines of the 5, 7, and 5. Imagery: poetry where the writing appeals to the five senses. Lyric: express personal emotional feelings and are traditionally the home of the present tense. Poetry is the expression of feelings and ideas. I feel without poetry, there would be no way of communication and a lack of expression and feelings. My introduction. As stated earlier, the reason for this speech is to inform you about the different genres of poetry, how it is the expression of feelings and the ideas, and the importance. This speech is to show you the different types of poetry. Also, I will tell you the reasons why I love poetry. Now I'm going to read you one of my poems. The cold air hit my skin. Her arms were around me in the pitch black. The water had a rhythm against the rocks as a child's deep breaths as it sleeps. The skyline shined in the distance. Doubts ran through my head like cannonballs in the Civil War that wagered for my heart and soul. And it was battles of sin and flesh. But she held me there as I trembled, not once let go. Even with the silent screams I let out within, she waited there for me, till the right moment, and there it was in the skyline. The rocket blazed across the sky and shined like a million diamonds, for everyone to see. It blinded my eyes, it blinded my soul, but it ignited my bones, and started my heart again. As the tears rolled down my face, she smiled, and I knew what it was like to be reborn. And I smiled to her and said, I can look at the stars again. Come away with me to space, where we once came from. Now, my qualifications. I've been writing poetry for 15 years. The first time I read a poem, I fell in love with poetry. I write at least a poem a day, and plan on writing the rest of my life. Now, for my audience motivation, and for more descriptiveness, I'm going to read a few more of my poems. Poem 1, written by me. There are things this heart has to hold, along with words that can never be said. There are the stitches to my soul of a blanket that keeps my heart warm, unless you look close enough into my eyes, or deep into the reflections of my tears. In a microscope, there are like mini water pods holding reels of memories, and yes, I hold these things in, where my hands shake, but these are just tremors and ripples of trials and tribulations of life flowing out to space. This body and mind are not vast enough or brilliant enough to explain the things this soul has felt, so until I find a way, I hold it in. Poem number 2. I gave you my everything. That means you are my eyes. I can see without you. You hold my heart. That means I can't love without you. My lungs are yours. I can't breathe without you. You have my hands. That means I won't feel nothing but you. And my feet, which means no matter where I walk, I lead to you. I will do this till my last breath. and then you still have my soul. So that means I can't be free without you. Poem number 3. This was not written by me. This was written by someone called Tara Wisniewski. I feel the pain you feel, every breath of agony, every tear, every mind-wrenching thought, every powerless cry. I feel it. You look at me with weakness and defeat. I breathe. I look again. I see the love. I see your strength barreling through like an earthquake, ripping through the city. I see a loving child, a careful child. That's still there. The innocence, the joy, the happiness, it's there. And in your amber eyes, I can feel it. When I am not with you, not holding you, not touching, not looking at you, I feel it. You're in my heart, and where you are, I am. So that is the end of my speech. I hope that I informed you a little bit about poetry. So you all have a good day, y'all.